Hey guys, I'm T and welcome to the channel. If you're new here, we make trendy and fun crochet tutorials twice a week. And if you haven't already, smash that like button, drop a comment below, and subscribe to join in on the fun. This time I've got a cute and comfy balloon sleeve turtleneck fit for any wardrobe. Make the body loose for ultimate comfort, or do what I did and keep the body fitted with loose sleeves for a bit of contrast. Either way, you'll look great in the sweater. Speaking of looking great, I'm loving all the photos you're sending me of your projects. It's been fun to see and I can't wait to get more, so if you'd like to send your progress pics or be featured in my highlights, be sure to follow me and hit me up. But if Instagram isn't your thing, you can always tell me all about your projects in the comments below. I'm here for that too. Now, time to get along with the show, so without further ado. For this project, any category 4 yarn will work, but I used 406 grams of yarn, or that's 700 yards if you're stateside. As the tools, a 5 and 7mm hook, scissors, stitch markers, and a tape measure. There is a written pattern down below. Use offer code TCDDIY for a discount off any $9.99 plus order. Watch the end of the video to learn how to enter this week's giveaway. You're using 3 stitches for this project, and it will be as follows. Chain, slip stitch, single crochet, and half double crochet. This tutorial is for a size small, but you can adjust it for your size, and we explain how to in the video, so let's get started. Getting this top started, we're first going to grab our category 4 yarn and make a slip knot. Next, we're going to grab our 5mm hook and start off by making a chain that reaches from our underarm down to where we want the bottom of our top to be. Mine's going to be a chain of 50, and that's 12 inches or 30 centimeters. And now that I have my chain, I'm going to block off my last chain to a chain up of 2. This counts as our turning chain. From here, we're going to prepare for a half double crochet and then insert our hook into that chain that we blocked off or the third chain from our hook. So insert, we're going to yarn over, pull through 1. We should have 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, and pull through 3. That's our first half double crochet, so let's do the next. Yarn over, and insert your hook. Yarn over, pull through 1, should have 3 loops, yarn over, and pull through all 3 loops. We're going to put 1 half double crochet into every chain, leaving the last one because we're going to increase into there together. And now that we have half double crocheted all the way down, we have left our last chain and we're going to do our increase. So into this last chain, we're going to start off by inserting with 1 half double crochet. Pull through 3, there's our first. And we're going to put 1 more half double crochet into that same last chain. Now, our first row is nice and closed off, so what we're going to do now is do a chain up of 2. This is also our turning chain. We're going to flip our work and start off by doing another increase into that first stitch's back loop. So we're going to yarn over, and instead of going in through both loops like we typically do, we're going to insert our hook into the loop that's furthest away from us. So we're going to yarn over, pull through, and half double crochet like normal, so pull through 3. And we're going to be putting 1 more into that same back loop. So yarn over, insert your hook into that same back loop, pull through 3. And let's do 1 regular back loop half double crochet together too. So yarn over, insert your hook into that next back loop, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 3. From here, we're going to put 1 back loop half double crochet into every stitch. When we make our way to the end, do a chain up of 2, flip our work, and put 1 back loop half double crochet into every stitch again, leaving the last one because we're going to increase together 1 more time. And now that we've made our way all the way down with our half double crochets, we're going to increase into our last back loop together once more. So yarn over, insert your hook into that last back loop, pull through 3, and then 1 more into that last back loop. Just like that. From here, do a chain up of 2, flip our work, and then start off by doing another increase of 2 back loop half double crochets. And from here, we're going to be repeating the 2 rows of increases until we reach the front of our underarm, and I'll meet y'all back on our increase side. Alright, I am back and I now have my underarm portion. I have a total of 5 rows, and we're now ready to make the chain that reaches up to our shoulder. So go ahead and measure that out. I have already measured mine, and mine is going to be 7 inches or 18 centimeters. So from here, I'm going to make a chain of 30. Now that we have our chain, we're going to block off that last chain and then do a chain up of 2. That's our turning chain. From here, we're going to yarn over and then insert our hook into that chain that we blocked off, or the second chain from our hook. So go ahead and insert, yarn over, pull through 1. We should have 3 loops on our hook, yarn over, pull through 3. We're going to put 1 half double crochet into every chain. Now that we have half double crocheted all the way down our chain, we're now at the body portion. So we're going to go back to doing back loop half double crochets. So we're going to yarn over, insert our hook into that next back loop, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 3. Let's do one more. So yarn over, insert your hook into that next back loop, pull through, yarn over, pull through 3. From here, we're going to continue putting 1 back loop half double crochet into every stitch. When we reach the end, we're going to do a chain of 2, flip our work, and then put 1 back loop half double crochet into every stitch again. And we're going to keep repeating that row with no increases and no decreases. I'll meet you guys back on the chain end so that we can go in with our turtleneck. All right, I'm back with my shoulder portion, and I now have a total of 7 rows. We should have all ended along the top, and then from here we're going to make a chain the height that we want our turtleneck to be. And mine's going to be about 1 inch or 5 centimeters. So from here, I'm going to make a chain of 5. Now that I have my chain, I'm going to block off my last chain, do a chain up of 2. This is our turning chain. And from here, I'm going to prepare for a half double crochet. I'm going to insert my hook into that chain that we blocked off, or the 3rd chain from our hook, with a half double crochet. So yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 3. And just like how we did for the shoulder chain, we're going to put 1 half double crochet into each of these chains. And now that we have half double crocheted into each of these chains, we're now going to work into the body with our back loop half double crochets. So go ahead and turn your work, yarn over, and insert your hook into that first back loop with a back loop half double crochet. And then from here, put 1 back loop half double crochet into every stitch. When we make our way down to the end, do a chain up of 2, flip our work, and then continue to put 1 back loop half double crochet into every stitch. And we're going to repeat that row until this reaches across our chest. And then I'll meet you guys back along the bottom so that we can do our other shoulder portion and then our underarm to finish this off. Okay, I have made my way across my chest and I have ended on the bottom of my piece. I have a total of 24 rows now, and from here I'm going to put 1 back loop half double crochet, making my way all the way up until I have the same amount of stitches as my other shoulder portion, or leaving the same amount of chains as I made on the other side. So I am going to put 1 back loop half double crochet until I have 5 stitches left. So I've just made my way all the way up with my back loop half double crochets. I have left the same amount of stitches as chains that I made on this side, and from here we're going to go in the same amount of rows that we did for our shoulder portion. So do a chain out of 2, flip our work, and then put 1 back loop half double crochet into every stitch. And I'll meet you guys back when we have the same amount of rows done. All right, so my shoulder portion is all finished, and we're going to close off our front panel by doing our same underarm portion that we did over here. So the first thing we're going to have to do is count out the same amount of chains that we made on this side and then insert our stitch marker. So on this side, from where I ended, I did a chain up of 30. Over here, I'm going to count down 30 and then insert my stitch marker. And for this next row, I'm going to do a chain out of 2 since we're at the bottom, put 1 back loop half double crochet into every stitch, leaving the 2 stitches right before our stitch marker, and then we can decrease together. All right, so we have just done our back loop half double crochets, making our way all the way down until we are 2 stitches right before our stitch marker. So let's do our decrease of 2 back loop half double crochets together. We are going to yarn over and start off by inserting our hook into that second to last back loop. We're going to yarn over, pull through 1, and then into that last back loop, yarn over, pull through 1. We should have 4 loops on our hook now. So from here, we're going to yarn over and pull through all 4 of those loops. And to start up our next row, we're going to do a chain up of 2, flip our work, and then put one decrease of 2 back loop half double crochets into the next 2 stitches as well. So let's do that together too. I'm going to yarn over, insert our hook into that first back loop, pull through, into that next back loop, pull through. Should have 4 loops on our hook. Yarn over and pull through all 4. And from here, put one back loop half double crochet into every stitch, and remembering to decrease into every row, or the same amount of rows as we have on this side. Do a chain up of 1 and cut, and then I will meet you guys back. All right, I have just finished up going in with my second underarm portion. I've done a chain up of 1 and cut, and from here I'm going to make a second panel that is exactly the same. All right, now that we have both of our front and back panels finished, what we're going to do next is seam up the side. So insert your hook into the bottom corner stitch of the front and the back panel. We're going to insert our yarn onto our hook, pull through, and do a chain up of 1. From here, we're going to be single crocheting into the front and the back panel at the same time, so let's get that started. Go ahead and insert your hook into that first back loop into the front panel, and then into that next back loop into the back panel. And then from there, we're going to single crochet them together. Let's do this again. Into the next available stitch into the front panel, insert your hook. Into the next available stitch into the back panel, insert your hook into there. And from here, we're going to yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 2. We're going to continue to put 1 single crochet into each of these stitches until we don't have any more stitches left to go into, and then do a chain up of 1 and cut. Now that we have seamed up our side, we're now going to seam this little shoulder portion that we have right here, and also the side of our neck. So how we're going to do that is first insert our hook into the corner stitch that we have into the shoulder, insert our yarn onto our hook, pull through, do a chain up of 1 to secure. Then from here, we're just going to be putting 1 single crochet into every side half double crochet row that we have. So let's find the first one together. This is my first side half double crochet row. So I'm going to insert my hook into that front panel, and then find that same side half double crochet row along the back, and insert into the back panel. And from here, we're going to yarn over, pull through 2. We're going to do the same thing with the next one, insert, and then insert, pull through, and then from here, we're going to work straight into the neck the same way that we did the side piece. So into the first stitch into the neck portion, we're going to insert our hook. And then we're going to find the same stitch into the back panel, and then we're going to single crochet. Let's do the same thing one more time. Into the next available stitch into the neck, insert your hook, next available stitch into the neck, insert, and then single crochet. We're going to keep doing this, going all the way up until we don't have any more stitches left, and then do a chain up of 1 and cut. Once we have this all finished up, do the same thing that we did here on the other side. And now that our sides are seamed, we're going to start on our sleeve. So the first thing we're going to do is insert our hook into the nearest stitch next to our side seam. And then we're going to insert our yarn onto our hook, pull through, do a chain up of 1 to secure. And from here, working into each side half double crochet row, we're going to alternate between 1 to 2 single crochets. So let's do the first few together. This is my first side half double crochet row right here. I'm going to insert my hook into that first side half double crochet. I'm going to put 1 single crochet. And then into my next side half double crochet, we're going to insert with 2 single crochets. So there's 1. And then we're going to do 1 more into that same stitch. There is 2. Let's do 1 more set together. This is my next side half double crochet. So here's 1. And then into the next, we're going to insert with 2 single crochet. So there's 1, and there's 2. We're going to keep repeating until we don't have any more side half double crochets left to do. And then once we reach our shoulder stitches right here, we're going to be putting 1 single crochet into each of these stitches. So just as a refresher, insert your hook into that first stitch, and then single crochet, just putting 1 into each. We're going to make our way all the way up. Now that I've single crocheted up half of my armhole, I'm going to insert my stitch marker into the last stitch, And then from here, I'm going to do the same thing that we just did here, going down the other way. Now that I have single crocheted all the way down my armhole and slip stitched into that chain up one space, I'm now going to work on the length of my sleeve. I want my sleeve to be about 15 inches or 38 centimeters. So with my 7mm hook, I'm going to make a chain of 55. Now that I have my chain, I'm going to block off my last chain, do a chain up of 2, and then from here we're going to prepare for a half double crochet. So yarn over, insert your hook into that chain that we blocked off or the third chain from our hook. Yarn over, pull through 3. Let's do one more half double crochet together. Yarn over, insert your hook into that next chain, pull through 3. And from here, we're going to be putting one half double crochet into every chain, leaving the last one because we're going to increase together. Now that we've put one half double crochet into every chain, we all have one left and we're going to do an increase of 2 half double crochets. So from here, we're going to yarn over. Into that last chain, we're going to insert with one half double crochet. And then we're going to do one more into that same last chain. So yarn over, insert your hook into that last chain again, pull through 3. And from here, we need to attach this row into the base. So from here, we're going to count up 1, 2, and then we're going to slip stitch into that second stitch to close off this first row. Just like that. And then now we need to work our way up to the next row. So we're going to be slip stitching up the next 2 stitches as well. So slip stitch into 1, and then slip stitch into 2. From here, we're going to flip our work, and then start off by doing an increase of 2 back loop half double crochets. So let's do that together. We're going to yarn over. Insert your hook into that first back loop that we have. Yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through 3. That's our first half double crochet. We're going to do one more into that same back loop. So yarn over, insert, pull through, yarn over, pull through 3. And then from here, we're going to put one back loop half double crochet into every stitch. When we don't have any more stitches left, do a chain up of 2, flip our work, and then put one back loop half double crochet into every stitch again. And we are going to maintain our increase of 2 back loop half double crochets into the stitch that's nearest to the base. So I'll meet you guys back once we work our way back when we have 1 stitch left. All right, we have half double crocheted back down and we're going to increase together just one more time. So into that last stitch, we're going to yarn over, insert our hook into that last back loop, yarn over, pull through, yarn over, through 3. And let's do one more into that same back stitch. So insert your hook, pull through 3. Now connect it into the base, we're going to count up 2 stitches and slip stitch into that second stitch. And then once we have that, we are going to slip stitch up the next 2 stitches to work our way up to the next row. So here is 1, and then here is 2. Now let's just get the next row started off with each other and let y'all do the rest on your own. So into that first back loop, we're going to yarn over and insert our hook. Pull through 3, and one more into that first back loop. Yarn over, pull through 3. And continue to put our increases into the stitch that's nearest to the base all the way up until we hit our middle stitch marker, right where our shoulder seam is. All right, so I have made my way all the way down to my stitch marker stitch. And from here, since I have 2 middle stitches, for my next row, I'm going to be putting one back loop half double crochet into every stitch with no increases and no decreases. But if you guys actually made your way into this middle stitch right here, then you guys are going to be decreasing into the 2 stitches right next to the base. But I will show you guys how to do that in the next clip. So if some of you guys are like me, just do a chain up of 2, and then put one back loop half double crochet into every stitch, and I'll meet you guys back. Now that I'm on the other side of my stitch markers, we're now going to do the same thing that we did over here, but instead of increases, we're going to be decreasing into the 2 stitches right next to the base. So let's give you guys a quick refresher. So from here, since I'm into the base, I'm going to slip stitch up the next 2 stitches. So here's one, and then here's two. I'm going to flip my work. And then from here, we're going to decrease. So yarn over and insert your hook into that first back loop. Yarn over, pull through one. Into that next back loop, yarn over, pull through one. We should have 4 loops on our hook. Yarn over, pull through all 4. From here, just like before, put 1 back loop, half double crochet into every stitch. Do a chain up of 2, flip your work, and then put 1 back loop, half double crochet into every stitch, making our way back towards the base, but leaving the last 2 because we're going to decrease together once more. All right, so now that we have half double crocheted all the way down, we have 2 stitches right next to our base again, so let's do a decrease. We're going to yarn over, then insert our hook into that second to last back loop, yarn over, pull through. Also into that next back loop, yarn over, pull through. We should have 4 loops on our hook, and then just yarn over, pull through all 4. And to connect it into the base one more time, we're going to slip stitch it into the second stitch into the base to close off this row, and then to work our way up to the next, slip stitch up the next 2. So there's 1, and then there's 2, flip our work, and then repeat. So start with a decrease of 2 back loop half double crochets, and then put 1 back loop half double crochet into every stitch from there. We're going to keep doing that all the way down until we don't have any more stitches left to go into, and then I will meet you guys back so we can seam it up. All right, so I have made my way down with my rows of decreases, and now we are ready to seam our work. So from here, the first thing we're going to want to do is make sure that our work is flipped wrong side out, meaning the seam along the side of the body is faced outwards. What we're going to do from here is do the same seam that we did for our sides. So into the first available stitch, into the front panel, insert your hook, and then into the next available stitch into the back panel, insert your hook, and then we're going to single crochet them together. Let's do this again. Into the next available stitch into the front panel, and then into the next available stitch into the back panel, if we can, and then single crochet. And we are going to keep doing this going all the way down. If you guys are working down towards the base, do a chain up of 1 and cut, and then get your 5mm hook, and then insert it into the blunt end. But I'll meet you guys back when this is all seamed. Now that we have seamed our sleeve, we're now ready to go in with our cuff. So from here, we're going to use our 5mm hook and then single crochet around the bottom of our sleeve. We're going to do a chain up of 1, and then we're going to be putting 1 single crochet into every side half double crochet row. So let's do the first few together. This is my first side half double crochet row right here. I'm going to find that side half double crochet and put 1 single crochet. This is my next side half double crochet row. So insert into there with another. Let's do another one. This is my next side half double crochet and single crochet. We're going to keep doing this until we don't have any more side half double crochets left to go into. And then we're going to slip stitch into that chain up of 1 space. Now that I've single crocheted all the way around and have slip stitched into that chain up of 1 space, I'm now going to make a chain the length that I want my cuff to be. And I want mine to be about 3 inches or 7 centimeters. So I'm going to start off by making a chain of 14. Now that we have our chain, we're going to block off that last chain and do a chain up of 1. And into that chain that we blocked off, or the second chain from our hook, we're going to insert with a slip stitch. So insert your hook into that second chain. We should have 2 loops on our hook. We're going to yarn over, pull through everything on our hook. Let's do the next one together. Insert your hook into that next chain, yarn over, pull through those 2 loops. We're going to put 1 slip stitch into every chain. Now that I've slip stitched all the way down my chain, I'm now going to slip stitch it into the base. So into my next available stitch that I have, I'm going to insert my hook, yarn over, and pull through both of those loops. And now our first row is attached. Now let's do the next one. We're going to slip stitch up the next stitch into the base, flip our work, and now we're going to work in with back loop slip stitches. So we're going to insert our hook into that first available back loop, We're going to yarn over and pull through everything. Let's do the next one. Into that next available back loop, yarn over, and pull through everything. We're going to keep doing this until we make our way all the way down. When we don't have any more stitches left, do a chain up of 1, flip our work, and attach it into the base the same way that we just did. We're going to keep doing this until we don't have any more stitches left, and then I'll meet you guys back so that we can seam up our cuff. Now that we've made our way around with our cuff, we're now going to seam it. And this seam is going to be the same way that we have seamed our sleeve and the body, so let's just do the first one together. We're going to insert our hook into the first available stitch into the front panel, and then into the next available stitch into the back panel. And then we're going to single crochet them together. We're going to keep doing this, making our way all the way down. And when we don't have any more stitches left, do a chain up of 1 and cut, and then do the same exact thing that we did for this sleeve on the other side. And now that we have just finished up going in with both of our sleeves, the last thing that we're going to have to do is weave in all of our ends. Our ends are woven in and our sweater is all finished. All of these clean lines are so satisfying to make, and on top of that we have the super cozy balloon sleeve, which I'm definitely loving. You know, if I was going out for the holidays, this definitely would have been my go-to sweater. There is a written pattern down below. Use offer code TCDDIY for a discount off any $9.99 plus order. Enter this week's pattern giveaway by telling us what your favorite TV show to binge watch is and why. Good luck to everyone who enters. Also, if you like this video, give it a big thumbs up because believe it or not, it really helps. And be sure to share us on Twitter, Pinterest, Instagram, and Facebook. All of those links are down below. Link to our Etsy page is down there too if you want to buy this piece or any other piece on the channel. Be sure to favorite the shop so you don't miss out on new patterns and exclusive deals. And as always, guys, thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see y'all in the next one.